All right,
Hi, bud.
get
Can I
us
have a
all
big deep
started
breath
here
here?
live
Give
on
me Velcro
DRTV
hug.
tonight to support the
Take a deep
troops
breath.
300
Okay. Let's go
from the
play the game
Texas
today.
Motor Speedway. Paying a visit to our friends at ASR Racing. That would be David Shin, Gary Mingus, Nelson Rodriguez, and all the guys over here at ASR. You can find them at their home, asracing2k3.net. A great league, 7 nights a week of racing, fixed setup, open setup, anything you could possibly ask for. Look these guys up. Can find them at AS Racing on Facebook, also at their website, as we said, asracing2k3.net. A fantastic league, a lot of great kind of racing here, so check these guys out for sure. But we're a couple minutes away from putting this thing under the green flag, so for the first time tonight, let's say good evening to our good friend in the control booth, as always, Mr. TV Time, Rich Patton. You've had a trying day down there, but I think you got all bells and whistles ready to go, and going to be in for one wild night here tonight in Texas.
Yeah, you couldn't have said it any better. Having some sound issues down here. Hopefully everything's come across the air all right. Having some video driver issues today, too, as well. And I don't know, PC1, PC2 don't like each other tonight as well. So we're going to have a lot of speed bumps to get through tonight. But I think we can pull it off. I think we're a good enough crew. And I'm looking forward to this. I really like this track. I like Texas. I like the shape of these cookie cutter tracks. And once again, back at ASR, like you guys mentioned, I'm really, really looking forward to 117 laps around this track tonight. So it should be pretty interesting to see these trucks get it going.
Yeah, and Todd, we've been here to Texas. We've seen thousands of laps around this place. We know it's going to provide for some great racing and open setups here tonight. We've seen a lot of open setup racing here in the last couple of months, especially when we come over here to All-Star Racing. So, I think we're going to be for one great show. History shows Texas, going to see a lot of guys glued to the bottom of the racetrack. But with these open setups, they could probably make some adjustability on it. We may see a two-groove racetrack here at Texas tonight, which is usually a very racy surface.
Yeah, definitely. Texas is a racy surface. And you say that they get down on the bottom, and that's where they hammer down on. That's normally the groove here at the Texas Motor Speedway. But lately, it's been with open setups, you can adjust a bunch of different things. So you can go up on the top side, maybe even the middle part of the groove, maybe a lane and a half, 2 lanes here at Texas with open setups. I'm not real keen on open setups. I don't know a lot about open setups, but I know enough to get me into trouble, Phil.
Yeah, I'm with you, Todd. You just know enough to get yourself in trouble, as you would say. But, great to have everybody out there in YouTube land here tonight. Interact with us in the chat box all evening long. I think Rich, Todd, myself all have, capability to interact back and forth. See what you guys are up to. See what you're thinking here tonight. It's a monumental night for us here on DRTV. Big announcement this afternoon. You're not going to spoil. We'll let you get to social media, check out what's going on with DRTV. But a great schedule of events coming on here the next week or so. Of course, here tonight, with the AS Racing Clan, scheduled to be on the air Wednesday night back at the SRA 711 Super Truck Series at the Sonoma Raceway. That race should be coming up here this Wednesday night. And the big one next Saturday night, the Hawk Tribute Race for our friends at SMO Hardcore. So it's going to be a very busy week for us. Check out the schedule coming up for this week at drlnetwork.com. Check out all the awesome stuff we got going on. But, of course, here tonight at AS Racing, David Shin, Gary Mingus, all the guys over here always do a first-class bang-up job. And 7 nights of racing, Todd. As a guy who's run leagues for a long time, done an awful lot of racing, to do a league 2 or 3 nights a week is a big undertaking. But the 7 nights a week, that's a chore. Hats off to these guys. They do it right, and they get a great driver turnout night after night. A lot of great races over here.
Yeah, definitely a lot of great races over here. 7 nights a week, and that's a feat in itself, like you were saying, Phil. 7 nights. I remember first starting off in NASCAR 2003, a lot of leagues ran 7 nights a week, but it's a heavy burden on just one person. They have multiple people over here that they can rely on. They can run that 7 nights a week, and there's a lot of good admins and a lot of great racing going over here. So it's awesome to see somebody still running, and some of these leagues still running 7 nights a week and going strong. And the driver counts have been amazing.
Oh, they certainly are. Just taking a quick gander here before we get underway racing here tonight. Monday nights, these guys run the old CWS 2014 mod on fixed setups. Tuesday night, they move to the NXS 15 mod, also a fixed setup here Tuesday night. Wednesday night, open setup racing in the Gen 6 15 mod. Thursday night, go back to fixed setup racing, the Aero 88 mod at All-Star here on Thursday nights. Friday night, the DNR NNX 16 ST mod with open setups. Saturday night, just like we're here tonight, the NCTS mod. Here the 09 mod, the old school mod with open setups. So, that just gives you a glimpse of a lot of what these guys are up to. So check them out again. ASRacing2K3.net is the home for David Chin, Gary Mingus, and all the guys over here. We're about to get this show on the road, as they would say, Todd Stanton. So without further ado, let's dive straight into tonight's starting lineup.
And now your starting lineup for the Support Your Troops 300 from the Texas Motor Speedway. Starting on the pole, driving the number 05, that's Ken Smith. And outside of him, driving the number 13, that's Devin Bliss.
Rolling off for row number 2 tonight, we find the 439, that is Todd Wilson. And to his outside in the 416, that is Autry Waits.
Starting that 5th starting position, he's no slowpoke, but he goes by the name of Slowpoke. In that number 8 machine, he starts 5th. Outside of him in the 07, that's Stevenson in the 07 starting 6th.
All right, well, let's go trackside for tonight's command.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
And with that, the command to fire engines has been given. Continuing on the grid, 7 starting here tonight inside of row 4 in the 070. That is Walt Colbert. And to his outside in the 37, that is Denny Daniels.
Inside row number 5, starting that 9th starting position, driving the number 24. That's Connor Mertz and his dancing partner to the outside. Driving the number 28 in that 10th starting position, that's Harry Codian.
Rolling off 11th tonight in the 15 is Alan Alphonse. And on the outside in the 6th, that's Billy Rose.
Starting in 13th starting position, driving the number 88, that's David Chin. Outside of him, starting in the 14th position, the truck number 14, Larry Coles.
Greg Artlip rolls off 15th, Jerry Walters 16th, Manny Diaz, Charles Couts, Leo Kelly, JT Mayhew, and the T-Man, the number 19. That's going to be your starting field here. Waiting for green flag in the air, but no, we'll throw a cap on that for just a second here. Yellow flag, and we'll immediately go on the field, so not exactly sure what was going on there, but, Todd, we were getting ready, anticipating a green flag. We hustled to the end of the lineup, but, something going amiss there. Looks like contact right there on the opening lap.
Yeah, looking down through, trying to find out what brought out our first yellow flag here of the evening. Contact was made, and I'm not sure who all was involved. I just barely caught a glimpse of it there, and I know somebody was briefly around. It looked like somebody spun their tires maybe even, and a guy made contact with the right rear of of that truck.
Yeah, I was just hustling through the lineup, see if something happening there, and absolutely just finding it, giving Rich a point of reference here where to look. Looks like the 15 of Alan Alphonse may have spun his tires there, and that may have collected a couple of trucks behind him as well. So I'm not sure if that was the 15 truck now saying that may have spun their tires, but definitely something going amiss there. Right on the initial start of the race, certainly not the way these guys wanted to get started here this evening, but on the opening lap, contact out on the racetrack, and Todd, right away under the yellow flag, and guys are already coming on to pit road.
The guys are already coming on to pit road, and some it looks like made some contact under the pacing laps here, just trying to get back onto pit road, and some of these guys were trying to figure out what was going on, and some of them were braking, and they didn't realize another guy was braking in front of them, and made some more contact there. So there was some contact under yellow flag here out of the pacing lap, but they got that righted and they're straight once again, Phil.
Yeah, I was trying to get Rich all set up here to give you guys a replay tonight. Looking like that something going by the wayside there, but Rich, I think you got a brief look what happened. Looks like somebody kind of just glitched out there and just kind of reappeared in front of everybody. Nothing you could really do in that situation.
Yeah, guys, due to some technical difficulties we had here, we can't normally do the live replays like we normally do, so we're going to have to do it old school style and go back through a review splash screen while we get back in there to see the live, the instant replay. But the issue was the 31 basically glitched off the game just before the green took off. Once the green dropped, he glitched back in front of another truck, and that kind of boggled up the rest of the field. So they got him all straightened out now. It looks like the 31's probably going to have to keep our eyes on him to make sure he's not going to be glitching out a little later, causing us some more issues. But hopefully they get this thing back green again once they get this field sorted out.
Yeah, I was out there in practice with these guys, Todd. These guys are laying down some tremendous lap times in practice. So, hauling the mail at less than 29 seconds a lap at Texas. I mean, that is quick.
It's definitely quick, and I'm just looking up and down the field. These guys, like you said, they come down pit road, lights on still on top of the DRTV pace van. But as we're looking here, the 13 of Devin Bliss is actually your current race leader here. And that number 13 machine, Todd Wilson, running in that second spot. Third is Slowpoke. So Slowpoke started fifth. He's already up to third. Via some of these guys coming down pit road, making some adjustments here early on in the going. So we are on lap 3 of 117. We're going to have to see what happens and see if these guys can get green flag laps. And I'm pretty sure Texas is a pretty roomy track. You can go 2-3 wide at Texas and be all right. But it's a nice track, Phil. I mean, I've won quite a few races here at Texas, and it's interesting, especially in the CTS mod.
Oh, this CTS 09 mod, I mean, it's done well to us. So many guys over the year, and I saw Rick Boone chime into the chat box saying this 09 mod, by far had the best damage model of all time. I couldn't agree more. If there was a truck mod out there that any mod at all, if I had to pick a favorite mod of any, mod I've used here in the 15 years this game has been out or whatever, it's definitely this NCTS 09 mod. I saw this come up on the schedule. I was so excited to get back into it and, see a lot of these old trucks again, and got to reminisce going back over some of my old paint jobs. So just really cool to be out here tonight in Texas. And I mean, we've been here so many times. This track has a tremendous amount of grip to it. I think you're going to see a lot of great racing once these guys get going. But first, you have to get going, Todd. You get to a place like Texas with all this grip, you restart and say a first gear. It's so easy to spin your tires. And, as a guy who's done that a million times yourself, I'm sure, give our viewers out there a little bit of insight. How easy is that, just rolling along under pace and pounding on the gas pedal. Spinning your tires, certainly not a rare occurrence.
Yeah, definitely not a rare occurrence. I've lost races here at Texas that way. I've won races via Texas that way. I've lost races one night before I spun my tires and took out the whole field, and that's not what you really want to do. And then the following night, I ended up winning a live broadcast on, let me throw that out there, OLR TV. So that's a long time ago. So that kind of dates me here in the NASCAR Racing 2003 community. But it's not easy. You got to make sure you come up through the gears with an open setup. A lot of these guys run different gear types, so some may spin tires more than others, and it's just one of those things. Sometimes you have to start in second gear. You may give up a little bit on the start, but at least you're not spinning your tires and maybe causing a melee behind you.
No, absolutely not. And we're about to get this thing under, the second green flag of the night. Didn't really get much of the way as, maybe about half a straightaway the first time around, but a little bit of reshaping and rejuggling through the top 5. Devin Bliss is going to restart as our leader in the 13. Todd Wilson, the 8, which is Wayne Hawk on your screen as Slowpoke. Audrey Waits and Bobby Stevens are going to restart 5th. Todd, the van has made its way in, awaiting that green flag from the starter stand, and we'll try this again. Green flag is in the air.
Yeah, green flag is in the air. Devin Bliss got a good start. So did Todd Wilson in that 439 machine. I'm kind of fond of that Todd Wilson. He's always ran really well here at ASR, and he's again right there running in that second spot. We'll look for 439 to Todd Wilson to do really well. Slowpoke sitting in that third spot, 4th still Audrey Waits, and Stevenson running in the top 5 here. These guys are clean and green so far through this first lap. Looks like they're not having any major issues throughout the whole field. Just briefly looking through the field just to see what these guys are doing, what kind of strategies these guys might want to be playing here early on in the going to Texas. We do have 117 laps here, Phil, so that's a long distance here at the Texas Motor Speedway.
Oh, it really is. And I mean, you're doing laps at sub 29 seconds, especially in the draft. They may even go faster than that. So you really haul the mail around here. But as you said, it's 117 laps. It's by means at all a sprint race. So you got to keep yourself out of trouble. You got to log these laps. And I think you're going to see these guys, just as we're seeing a lot of guys glued to the low side of the racetrack, kind of all minding their P's and Q's. And think through the first 50 laps, Todd, we're going to see quite a bit of that.
Yeah, definitely going to see quite a bit of that. And you were talking subpar 29s. How about a 28.785? That was our leader last time by. We got racing going on for that third spot there. And I'm trying to get myself back there. It looked like Audrey Waits was trying to go down to the bottom there, trying to get around Slowpoke in that number 8. But Slowpoke has as a mission of his own. He's trying to get around the 439 of Todd Wilson. Wilson also trying to get around the 13 in front of him of Devin Bliss. None of those guys can capitalize on each other. They're still single file coming out of turn number 2.
Yeah, they certainly are. You know, that's a great 3-car race right there, 3-truck race, I should say. Great race behind them as well for the 4th spot. Autry waits to 416. Bobby Stevenson, the 07. The 07 keep peeking on the line to the outside. Almost had a full fender run last time around. He had to fall back in line, so that's going to keep, you know, mostly the entire top 10 through single file, separated by about 1.5 seconds from first to 10th spot. All glued to the low side of the racetrack, Todd, as they exit turn 2.
Yeah, exit turn 2 down the back straightaway once again. Slowpoke trying to look down to the bottom side, trying to get around the 439 of Todd Wilson, not able to capitalize here, coming through 3. And the number 13 gets a wee bit loose. Devin Bliss, that leaves the door wide open for Todd Wilson. Now Wilson down on the bottom. He's going to take over the lead. The number 8 of Slowpoke is going to follow suit, and it's like a train, Phil. They're on the bottom side, and he is stuck up top. That's not where Devin Bliss wants to be. He's trying to fend him off, but you're just going to follow circumstances to some of these guys on the bottom. It's just he has some help from the 07, but the bottom is the quickest way around the Texas Motor Speedway.
Though it certainly is. You see Todd Wilson sprint out to that lead. Wayne Hoke on your screen at Slowpoke there. The number 8, he's going to pull up to the 2nd spot. The great race, as Todd said, is for 3rd. Between that, the 13 of Devin Bliss, who's going to slip by the 416 of Autry Waits. You know, right there, he's up to now that 3rd spot. Was looking like the 07 of Stevenson was going to be able to pounce and keep the 13 up high, but Devin Bliss with a power move, Todd, fall back in line. So from falling to the lead all the way back to 4th, you know, minimizing the damage by all means to Devin Bliss in that 13.
Yeah, Devin Bliss did not fall back as far as I thought he was going to in the number 13. Now leaves the door wide open once again for that 07 of Stevenson. Stevenson trying to pounce down onto the bottom side, not going to be able to complete that pass. But it goes to wonder, maybe did the 13 run a little hard, a little early than that number 13 of Devin Bliss, and maybe wear off his tires, Phil, maybe because he's scooting up the track quite a bit in that number 13 machine. It seems like he's got some kind of a tight condition.
And it's just something, I think it's a product of, you know, the open setups here tonight. I was out there, you know, just playing in a couple laps, you know, about 2 hours ago. I mean, these guys had to serve up all afternoon, so I went out there in one of my DRTV machines and took a couple of laps, and there's a lot of grip on the racetrack, and, you know, I was kind of feeling a loose condition the more I would adjust to it, so maybe Devin Bliss thinking this track may, you know, loosen up a little bit over the course of a long run. You know, not unforeseen, but with all the grip on the bottom of the racetrack, Todd, not sure if Texas, you want to start with a more of a tight setup as we have a race for the lead down the front stretch.
Yeah, race for the lead. Slowpoke down on the bottom side. He wants that lead, and he's going to wrestle away from that 439 to Todd Wilson down here in the corner. Here comes the 416 machine also into the fray. He's trying to make it capitalize and try to get into that 2nd spot, and right now he's able to do so here. And I think now a challenge for the lead once again. Waits down on the bottom side. He's trying to capitalize, trying to do a 2-for deal there, Phil.
A 2-for deal, as you would say, off of turn number 4. The 416 to the low side. Not sure he's going to be able to complete that pass. Top lane, you know, Wayne Hoke in the 8 trying to fight on back, but no, as they exit 2. Looks like Autry Waits, Todd, is going to be clean. A new race leader as they exit turn 2.
Yeah, new race leader, almost bumper hooking down the back straight away is Waits and the number 8 of Slowpoke. Slowpoke backing out of it wisely there into that 2nd spot. Does not want to tear up his truck this early. And might I add, there's a good field of good-looking trucks out there, U.S. Army trucks. There's all kinds of trucks out there. Navies, I've seen Blue Angels. I've seen the Marines truck. There's a lot of beautiful prepared trucks out there, all armed forces trucks, and you know, I'm significant. I actually like all these paint schemes. I've been looking at them and admiring them up and down through here, and they did a fantastic job painting all these machines out there, Phil.
Well, they certainly did. You know, with Memorial Day weekend, you know, last week, you know, what a better way to pay honor to our, you know, our troops, all our servicemen out there. The Support the Troops 300 right here at Texas tonight. All these trucks painted up with a branch of the service on there. Is that you see the Navy, you see the Army, the Marine Corps, the Air Force, so many different paint schemes out there. Fantastic job by all these guys as they represent, and we pay tribute to our heroes out there that serve this great nation. Great racing all over this racetrack. A good race to the 3rd spot. Devin Bliss to the low side of Autry Waits. Looks like a new race leader, Todd, has emerged down the front straightaway. Put Wayne Hock, the Slowpoke. Well, he's definitely not slow here tonight. Here's our race leader as they exit turn 2.
Yeah, Wayne Hoke is definitely the leader here in that number 8 machine here, just by probably a half a truck length over the 439 of Todd Wilson. They're jockeying for position for that number 4 spot, but Denny Daniels right now holding on to that. That's a guy we have not talked about here this evening, but Denny Daniels has worked his way up inside that top 5 in that Marine-sponsored machine, the Marine-sponsored colors here on the 37 of Denny Daniels. He's looking all over the rear bumper of the 13 machine of Devin Bliss. Bliss not closing the door here early, but Denny Daniels, it seems like open setups with Denny Daniels in the 37. I've noticed, Phil, he comes on real late in the 37 machine.
Oh, he certainly does. He is an open setup master. He's done it for years and years, always a heavy hitter. Anytime you would see any kind of open setup racing on our schedule, and that 37, no doubt. He's got teammate Devin Bliss just out the windshield, but at 37, he's going to come forward here before too long. Looks like he was going to maybe sneak alongside his teammate Bliss there off of turn 2, but he'll fall back in line, all chasing Wayne Hoke, who got really loose there off of turn 2, Todd.
Yeah, Wayne Hoke really loose down there, and I believe he blistered the inside wall, but we're still clean and green here, and I don't know how clean that was, but a tough break for Slowpoke in that number 8 machine. Getting a little bit loose coming off the corner, and he, I believe, got the inside wall just a little bit. We're going to have to see if he can recover from that. He had one fast machine out there in that number 8 machine, but meanwhile, battle back for the lead here, and getting loose off the corner for 439 once again. It almost looked like he was going to go for a ride. Todd Wilson, the 13 of Devin Bliss, is all over the rear bumper. Denny Daniels running in that 3rd spot.
Yeah, it certainly is. And what I'm seeing here, Todd, I'm seeing a lot of trucks get really, really light in the back end of the exit of these corners. Do you think that's a product of setup, or do you think that's just a product of, aero sensitivities in this truck when you pull up on the back of somebody? Because I think routinely, as we see passes for the lead, guys losing the back end and riding up the hill. So what do you think? Is that setup, or, what do you think is attributing to that?
Well, and Rich hit the nail on the head here. I believe I have to say that when those trucks get up onto the back bumper, and I believe it's aero sensitivity. It has a little bit with having a loose setup, but I believe when you get up on that rear bumper, it reminds me of like Dale Earnhardt when he got up there to try to rattle your cage. You got up there, and right behind you, and tried to get you loose. He'd go back and forth, back and forth. Jeff Gordon was another good one for it. You watch them guys get up there, just go back and forth, get the guy just a little bit loose, and then go underneath.
And just looking at, comers and goers through the top 5, Devin Bliss has emerged now with the 13 up to the race lead. Denny Daniels is there looking just back through, through this top 5. One guy on the move has been the 28 of Harry Codian. He's found his way up to the 2nd spot. Also, Billy Rose, that number 6 machine, he was outside the top 8 or so. He's now up to 4th. Those guys moving forward, Todd, maybe a race for the lead into turn 3.
Yeah, here comes Codian down to the bottom side. And the number 28 machine, Generic's paint scheme aboard the number 28. So the 13, now Devin Bliss up top with that number 13 machine. Here comes the 37 of Denny Daniels. He's going to capitalize on Bliss drifting up the track. He's going to move into that 2nd spot. Here comes the number 6 machine of Billy. He's on the bottom side. He's trying to get around the number 13 machine, and right now not able to do so, but I think he's going to be able to capitalize here coming down into the corner. Does not have any help, does Devin Bliss on the top side of the speedway.
No, not really as far as help would go. Looks like Billy Rose did not clear the pass. Devin Bliss fighting back in the outside lane. Seeing the race leaders, Todd, starting to just kind of, arc their way to the corner, if you will, kind of ride off the corner high. That may allow the 13 to keep up in the outside lane. And, just as I would say, that looks like the 6 may get clear, maybe not clear as the leaders come up on lap traffic as they hit turn 3.
Leaders starting to come up on lap traffic as they exit turn number 3 off of turn number 4 here. And I don't see them quite capitalized. I believe they went flashing by them pretty quick there. But Harry Codian, now your race leader, the 37 of Denny Daniels running in that 2nd spot. 3rd is the number 6 machine. 4th now, David Chin. Look at David Chin. He's out of nowhere. He's up to 4th in the number 88 machine there, Phil.
Yeah, great race there. All over the top 5. Also a great run out of the gate here for the 88 of David Chin. He's having a tremendous run. He's got that National Guard machine up to that 4th spot, having a tremendous run. Great to see DC, one of the owners over here at the AS Racing Group, having a tremendous run up to that 4th spot, starting to pick his way forward a little bit, but I'm staggered by the run of Harry Codian, Todd. I mean, we've seen Harry so many times before, assert himself to the front of one of these fields, and no doubt he's going to stout piece once again tonight as a battle for second as they exit turn 4.
Yeah, battle for second. Billy now into that second spot. He gets around the 37 of Denny Daniels. Daniels now up the track. It's his turn to go backwards. And then number 37 machine, here comes David Chitton up to third. And then number 88 machine, Stevenson now on the bottom. Denny Daniels drop kick him back to that 5th spot.
Yeah, Daniels getting drop kicked back to the 5th spot, as you said, but now David Chin, the 88, he slings to the low side of the 6 of Billy Rose, put the 88 machine, old DC, up to position number 2. He may battle the 28 for the lead there, Todd. He is all over the back bumper. He may swing to the low side. They're right in the tire tracks, but that 88 may be the fastest truck on the racetrack.
Yeah, I believe the 88 is the fastest truck on the racetrack right now. David Chin running in that second spot. Now down, looks down to the bottom side of Harry Codian. And that number 28 machine, Codian drifts up the track. Going to allow the door wide open for David Chin. Chin drifts up the track, almost makes contact with the number 28. Here comes the 07 of Stevenson. He moves up into that second spot.
Yeah, well, we know Bobby Stevenson's always fast anytime we come to AS Racing over here. The 07 now up to the second spot. Billy Rose at number 6 now. He's going to move his way to position number 3 there, side by side for 4th. Todd Wilson, the 439. He's one second on the march. Cody Ann of the high lane, the 28, side by side for 4th in the 3.
Yeah, side by side, 4th is the 28 of Cody Ann. Here comes Wilson down to the bottom side in that 439 machine, excuse me. They're still side by side down the front straightaway here, down into turn number 1. Looks like Cody Ann is going to be able to capitalize and stay in front of the 439 of Todd Wilson.
Oh, he's going to be able to stay in front, as you said. It looks like lap traffic up ahead here. The 14 of Larry Cole's going to go a 3rd lap down to the rear as these guys flash on by. All single file to the front of this field as they work off turn number 4. 33 laps of 117 going up on the board. The Support the Troops 300 tonight for our friends at AS Racing 2K3.net. Having a tremendous race here at the Texas Motor Speedway, as looks like pit road may be busy next time around, as we're probably, yeah, as we say, 33 on the board. Pit window here tonight was somewhere about 28 to 30, so those windows are open. Look for guys coming on off the banking. Leaders starting to come in, Todd.
Yeah, David Chin is getting a little bit sideways in the number 88 machine. He's down on pit road, followed by the 37 of Denny Daniels. There's a couple other guys that I can't quite see here in my picture, but the 88 of David Chin, I'm going to follow him and maybe try to get Denny Daniels also. But the 88 of David Chin coming to the aid of his pit crew. Let's see what they're going to call. Is it going to be 4 tires? Is it going to be 2 tires? I could imagine probably 4 tires. Right side tires going on the number 88 of David Chin. Looks like they're looking with some gas. They're putting the gas in there. The second can going in. And now left side tires going up on the number 37 of David Chin. He's down the way. 4-tire pit stop.
4-tire pit stop for the 37 of Denny Daniels. His work's going to be complete and down the way. A long pit stop down here for Wayne Hawk, who was one of our early race leaders of the number 8. Some heavy left side damage. They banged that out, and the U.S. Army machine backing away down here, the 8 machine.
Yep, now following the number 28 machine, he was your current race leader. That is Harry Codian. Now he relinquishes the race lead. He's down to the aid of his pit crew. He's down on pit road right now. The number 28 machine, also Todd Wilson in the 439, who was running second. He's down on pit road, so we'll wait and see who we got here. But Codian, I'm following Codian down in his pit stall. So far, we've seen 4 tires has been the call here down on pit road. Will the 28 follow suit? Will the crew chief try to do something a little bit different? Race side tires going up on the number 28 of Harry Codian. Now over to, looks like they're going to go over to the left side also. Left side tires going on the number 28. A 4-tire pit stop. He's down and away.
4-tire pit stop for Todd Wilson in the 439. His work going to be complete. The 13 of Devin Bliss also on pit road. 4 tires and go, but contact as they exit pit road. Todd Wilson sent through the grass. Hopefully not a black flag there, Todd, but you got to imagine so.
Yeah, that 28 and that 439 machine, they made contact. And the 28 of Codian, a wee bit sideways here, coming off of the exit, too, to the Texas Motor Speedway. But he's able to gather it back underneath himself, and that was a scary situation there. And I'm almost wondering if I see, I almost thought I saw yellow, but it looks like they're still green. Yep, yellow flag is out. Second yellow flag here of the evening.
Yeah, yellow flag right at the tail end of green flag pit stops, and that's going to jumble up this whole field. I saw JT Mayhew just leave pit road in the 33. He was in the second spot. Current race leader Charles Counts is in the Marines machine, that black Chevrolet number 01. 4-tire pit stop here as he needed to come in and get gas, but he was scored your race leader last time around, and it's going to be very interesting to see here, Todd, how this field shakes out. We're going to see multiple trucks trapped one lap down.
Yeah, multiple trucks probably going to be stuck a lap down, like you said, Phil. It's going to be interesting to see how this is all going to play out, how the shakeup's going to be, because these guys are down onto the bottom, so we'll have to wait and see what happens.
All right, so under caution flag now for the second time tonight, awaiting for timing and scoring to recycle here to know who our race leader is, but 38 laps in of 117, that makes up the main event distance here tonight for the guys at AS Racing. You know, what a tough break there. These guys, you know, just rounding out a round of green flag pit stops and looking like the 01 of Charles Counts, Todd. He's going to recycle. He was the last driver to pit. Looks like he's going to be your, you know, our current race leader here. Is got a lot to sort out. We're going to see a lot of drivers trapped here. Looks like maybe to a tail end of the lead lap even. Yeah, tail end of the lead lap. Just looking at some of these guys that are stuck on the tail end of the lead lap, there's a long list there, Phil. Is like I said, Couch is going to be your leader in that 01 machine. It looks like JT Mayhew is going to be second. It's 17 seconds back, I believe, as they waved around, would be Daddy Daniels and David Chin. So I believe those guys waved around. They're going to be able to join the tail end here. And some of these other guys, I don't know. Maybe they did do a wave around for all those guys, Phil. Yeah, maybe those guys just, you know, just beat out that, you know, the race leader, got in front of the pace truck, or the pace van rather, and we'll see where these guys all sort out. But looks like that may put 14 drivers onto the lead lap. I thought it was going to be a lot less than that, so we'll let timing and scoring sort out. But under the caution flag, these guys just on and off pit road there, Todd, within the last 2 laps. Do you think with this caution flag, maybe they come in and top off, or do you think your tires are good, not worried about the fuel, and you maybe stay out? What do you think you would do?
No, I would stay out. I mean, I went down and I pitted, and it might only have a couple laps. I would definitely try to stay out and work a little bit. It's still early on in the going. I don't think field strategy is going to play into effect quite yet. You're starting to think about it just a little bit because we're almost to halfway. But it's one of those things that it's in the back of your mind. But I don't think I'd come down and pit. I would think I'd stay out there for track position, try to get a little bit of TV time here on DRTV, and you know how much all these guys enjoy to get some of their TV time, I should say, here at DRTV. Yeah, with these awesome looking prepared trucks here, Rich. You look at these things out on the speedway tonight, out here honoring our armed forces. You mean all branches of the armed forces, you know, all out here represented tonight. These guys really did an awesome job when they came up with the concept for this race. Everybody to come out with these, you know, the service theme paint schemes. These things definitely, you know, shining to the nines here tonight on DRTV.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. It's a great cause to come out here. You know, so many people forget about the military, you know, throughout their normal day-to-day life, but a lot of things that we have right now wouldn't be done without the military. So, you know, hats off to everybody out in the armed services and, you know, serving for the country. And they make a difference and they matter. And, you know, this is coming from somebody that spent a lot of time in the Navy himself. So I get it. I'm proud to be in the military and kind of miss it at times. But definitely a good cause to throw a race out here.
No, absolutely right. Looking at these guys recycling under the caution flag, you know, looking like Charles Counts pulling over just a little bit. So looking like some of these guys may be on the wrong lap. So timing and scoring will have to reset. But we can report caution flag out for the second time tonight. Looking like the 77 of Manny Diaz through all the chaos we saw leaving pit road. Engine expiring aboard the Riverside, Rhode Island driver. So the 77, Manny Diaz, behind the wall. He's going to join the Larry Coles machine, the number 14. He's also going to be behind the wall. Looks like his evening is going to be done. So 18 drivers left on the racetrack here, Todd, is we're just trying to recycle through. Who is going to be our race leader when this thing recycles back to green?
That I'm not sure of. We're just waiting here. I believe it's going to be JT Mayhew, but we're going to wait and see. We're going to give a little bit more time for the timer and scoring to reset and restack here and see who our leaders are going to be here. But I want to comment on Manny Diaz. I tell you, Phil, we talk a lot about him. We've seen him here a lot on DRTV. He always seems to not have very good luck when he ventures out here on DRTV. He's blowing motors. I mean, it's tough for Manny. It's I hate to see it. I hate to see him blow a valve again here tonight, and he's always having some sort of bad luck or caught in some sort of wreck. I don't know if that's one of those guys that likes to see DRTV come or not.
I don't know, but I go back a long time with Manny. He was an avid racer up here in the Northeast. Used to see him at the Thompson Speedway quite a bit over the years. Back in his driving days, he was a driver once upon a time. Worked on cars up there for a long time, and loves this online racing. I mean, what better way to scratch that itch, getting back behind the wheel and do it from the comfort of your own home and get out there and compete. So tough to see Manny Diaz out of the event so soon. Trying to just decipher what the running order is going to be. Looks like a little bit of confusion. Where with the 01 of Charles Kaus is supposed to be. He was scored our race leader, but I keep seeing him pull up near the pace van, Todd. I keep seeing the field go by. So, definitely some hiccups going on here with where this field is supposed to be aligned. Looks like our current race leader may cycle out to be JT Mayhew aboard that number 33. I'm going to call that unofficial right now, but looks like we're about a lap and a half away from getting this thing back under green.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused because I think they sent some of these guys around from the tail end of the lead lap, and Charles went down on pit road there. He did not come to pit road on that green flag pit stop, so he did choose to go down pit road for the green flag pit stop on yellow. On yellow, excuse me. But the 01 did go down on yellow flag, so I'm not sure what was going on there. But it looks like we're going to repack. The 33 of JT Mayhew is going to be your race leader in the number 33 machine. The 37 of Denny Daniels is going to restart in that second spot. Third is going to be David Chin. Couch is going to be fourth, I believe, as the last time by we've seen. So we're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen here. I know lights are out top that DRTV pace van. It's making that hard left-hand turn down the pit road. Getting ready to get that green flag and get back to action here. With the Support Your Troops 300 at the Texas Motor Speedway. Green flag's in the air.
Green flag in the air. It's going to be JT Mayhew bringing the field to green. Denny Daniels, David Chin, Walt Coburn, and Ken Smith going to be your top five as the field heads toward turn number one. Looks like a little bit of contact there. Denny Daniels getting a little bit loose. Looking like an incident there with the lap vehicle to the low side. That may have been, I don't want to say it was the 8 Wayne Hawk, but the first truck there that started in the inside lane. There was definitely contact there. Denny Daniels getting drop kicked out of line. He's going to fall back through the field, Todd, as they exit turn 4.
Yeah, falling back through the field as they exit turn number 4. Number 88 is running in that second spot. He's starting to track down the number 33 of JT Mayhew. Here comes the number 8 down to the inside. It's Slowpoke. He's trying to get one of his laps back, Phil.
Yeah, Slowpoke, as you said, Wayne Hawk, currently 16th position, 1 lap down, so trying to race his way back to the lead lap the hard way. He's racing hard. Now he's into the side of JT Mayhew. The 33 machine going around to the outside wall. Caution flag now on the racetrack for the 3rd time tonight. Certainly not the way Wayne Hawk wanted to get back in the lead lap, but maybe a little bit over aggressive there, Todd.
Yeah, that might have been just a little bit of aggression there, trying to get back onto the lead lap. Makes contact with your leader and spins him around and takes him to the wall. And I'm sure JT Mayhew, he's a good competitor, and I'm sure he might be a little bit mad, but I'm sure he's going to try to gather it back and try to get it back through there. So a tough break for JT Mayhew into the wall here as the number 8 was trying to get underneath him. But I'm going to throw it down to Mr. TV Time, Rich Patton, who has the replay ready and queued up for everybody down there on YouTube.
Yeah, guys, keeping our eye on that generic painted white truck right there. That's your race leader, the 33 of JT Mayhew. It looks like he's got Slowpoke down on the bottom side. Slowpoke comes up a little bit, catches him on his back left corner. That's going to send him out towards the wall. JT's able to keep it up there towards the wall. The rest of the field's able to get by him on the low side. Tough break for your current race leader, JT Mayhew. He's going to have some damage after that one, guys. Back up to you.
Oh, certainly damage indeed, to the 33 of JT Mayhew. Tough break. He was, certainly, right place, right time. Wasn't, by no means in that long green flag run there, Todd. Was not a contender for the lead, but played fuel strategy just right. Was one of the last guys to come to pit road and had himself in the catbird seat out front, right where you want to be. So, unfortunate for JT seeing him in the outside wall.
Yeah, and he's down getting repairs here to that number 33 truck, and 33, the left side is stuffed up pretty good there in the number 33 machine. So they made some repairs to JT Mayhew's truck, and hopefully nothing internal as the wheels were spinning backwards there as he hit the wall. So hopefully nothing severe happened to that motor there, Phil.
No, so I'll have to update, the story there, but seeing guys coming near the pit lane, the 88 of David Shin going to be currently scored your race leader. Walt Coburn second, Ken Smith third, Harry Cody in fourth, and Denny Daniels going to run at your top 5. 6 through 10, we find Autry Waits, Billy Rose, Devin Bliss, Bobby Stevenson, Alan Alphonse currently in that 10th spot. 11 is Charles Counts, Connor Metz is 12th, Todd Wilson found his way now back to 13th. The 8 of Wayne Hawk currently 14th, Greg Artlip the 98. He's out there, the 98 in the 15th spot. JT Mayhew tail into the lead lap now with that incident, currently in the 16th position. Leo Kelly is 17th in the 20. He is 2 laps down in the rears. 3 laps down, we find Jerry Walters aboard that number 31. He's the last driver on the racetrack in the 18th position. 19th behind the wall, Manny Diaz, the 77. Engine expiring there and running out our field tonight. 20th starter, the number 14 of Larry Coles. That is your full field rundown, sponsored by the DRL Network. Find us at drlnetwork.com under the caution flag for the 3rd time tonight. And, not seeing our race leaders, Todd. These guys didn't come to pit road last time in yellow flu. These guys looks like they're going to stay out once again this time around.
It definitely looks like they're going to stay out once again. Like we said, David Chen still your current race leader in that number 88 machine. We're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen. And boy, I keep looking at these trucks, Phil, and I just NCTS 09 there. Just so many memories in these trucks, and I haven't seen them in a very long time. And I actually had to come in and download these trucks. I actually got rid of them because I run a lot of the CWS 2015 trucks. Yeah, and it's interesting to see these back out there. Another thing I'd like to see is one of the Project Wildfire trucks. See them back and going. Remember them square box things there, Phil?
I can't say I remember them well, Todd. Honest to God, never turned a lap in them in race competition, if you can believe it or not. No, that was the original mod. I came into the sim probably about 4 or 5 years too late, so I've seen pictures of. I know they were more boxy, were the Project Wildfire trucks, but when I came in, it was more of the CTS 07, and then, of course, the 09 mod that we got here tonight. That became prevalent. Was out there for probably a good 4 or 5 years before, some of the most recent stuff, especially that 2015 version of the truck mod came out. So out of all of them, I like this one, the 09's the best, but I know for a lot of guys out there, a lot of memories on old PWF truck.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get you in one of those trucks. Maybe do like a throwback race, and that way you can see what we had to go through step by step before we got to these beautifully prepared 07 trucks, and then the 09 trucks were probably the best out there as far as damage model and stuff as we've seen them say in the chat box. We watched the progression, and you're watching the progression here on DRTV quite a bit here with some of these different mods, some of the older style mods, and then you got some of the newer mods still. Everybody likes to play the different trucks, different. You've seen the Aero 88 mod on here. You've seen lots of different mods, and it's awesome. And this community is so great, Phil. They just stay around. You get bored with one mod, let's go to another one.
There's so many great leagues out here doing so many great things. Fixed setup, open setup racing, old school mods, new style mods. Check these guys out at ASRacing2k3.net. 7 nights a week of racing, all different styles, throwback type mod like we got here tonight. New stuff, old stuff, all racing that, you're looking for anything at all. Check these guys out. So many great leagues out here in this community. We get to showcase just one here tonight. The Support Your Troops 300, about to go back under the green flag condition. Flag out, Todd. Green flag in the air.
Green flag back in the air. The number 88 of David Chin in front of Colburn in an 070 machine. Able to hold on here into turn number 1. Some different players up at the top of the leaderboard here behind the number 88 of Dave Chin. You got the 05 here of Ken Smith. He's found his way back up towards the front. Remember, he was our pole sitter in that 05 machine, but he's found his way back up into third.
Yeah, he certainly did. Another, more issues with the 37 of Denny Daniels off of turn number 4. Contact between him and the Autry weights machine, the 416. That was around for that 5th spot. The 37, Todd, hard to the outside wall. He's going to fall way back now outside the top 10. Denny Daniels, know he's fast, but that was some tremendous damage to the right side of that 37.
Yeah, definitely a tough break for Denny Daniels. He was really, really fast in that number 37 truck. These guys up front, though, meanwhile, trying to pull away, trying to run away and hide. The top 3 here, besides Waits. Waits is starting to chase them down just a little bit, but they look like they were trying to run away and hide here. Now the top 5. So these guys are starting to really catch back up. Drafting, they're utilizing that draft, maybe laying back just a little bit, getting some slingshot maneuvers here. As the 88 of David Chin still leading. The 70 still running in that 2nd spot. The 28 tried to make some moves, but here comes Wakes. Wakes down to that 4th spot. Here comes the number 6. He capitalizes on the 28 going up the track. He moves into 5th.
Yeah, Billy Rose, the number 6, as you said, the 28 of Cody Ann rolled up the racetrack just a little bit. The 6 of Billy Rose going to, pounce on around and maybe, move him forward as he's going to look to the inside of the 416 of Waits. As those guys slinky down the backstretch, all glued to the low side of the racetrack. Normally something you don't see at Texas there, Todd, but looking like a little bit of blocking going on here. We're not quite halfway yet. Not sure that's a wise maneuver this far.
Yeah, not quite halfway, and these guys just trying to jockey for position. I don't know if it's so much blocking as they're getting a little bit out of shape and out of line, and they're just trying to stay in front of the guys because they know if they get up off that bottom side of the speedway field, it's just going to be a freight train that goes down underneath them, and it's going to be hard to capitalize. It's hard to pass here, Texas Motor Speedway here early on in the going.
Oh, it certainly is, and I think it's, traditionally a low-side racetrack here, and I think we're seeing a lot of that right now as guys just really reluctant to get the low lane up as they head toward turn 1. All chasing DC. David Chin out there in the race lead, the 88. Walt Coburn right there in his tire tracks is the 070. Ken Smith, Old Stanley, our friend from Australia, he's currently 3rd in the 05. Autry Waits his 4th, and probably the best race on the racetrack is right around that 4th spot as Billy Rose keeps trying to find running room in that number 6, Todd. He tries high, he tries low. 416 keeps slamming the door, but the 6 definitely has a fast piece.
Yeah, definitely does the 6 have a fast piece. It's now the 05 of Ken Smith dressed up the track. Leaves the door wide open for Wakes. Wakes down onto the bottom side. And then over 416 machine. Ken Smith's going to go backwards now. He's up on that top side of the speedway. The number 6 now down underneath the 05 of Ken Smith. They're side by side, still battling for that 4th spot. But I believe Ken Smith's going to slip back to 5th. And he has a little bit of room between himself and Harry Codian. And then number 28 machine. If he's able to back out, he's able to follow suit. Now the 416 Waits down to the bottom side once again. That's a battle for 2nd with Coburn.
Yeah, right there, a battle for the 2nd spot. Autry Waits the 070 machine, or the 416 rather, the 070 of Coburn stuck in the high side. Is yellow flag on the speedway now. Yellow flag as they work their way down the backstretch toward turn number 3. This would be caution flag number 4 on lap number 56. 57 going to go up on the board next time around. Looking like something happening around the 15 machine of Alan Alphonse. We'll let Rich get sorted out here, see if we can't give you a quick DRTV replay. But just as things were happening up front there, Todd, guys really looking for low side running room. And, a lot of guys, fast race trucks starting to move to the outside of the racetrack. Not sure if that's a matter of conserving your equipment or, wanting to survive. What do you think's the play there?
I'm not sure. Not sure what the play that they got going on there is. Some of them are starting to move up to the top, starting to venture up there, maybe try to save some tires. I'm not sure how abrasive this track is, Phil. It looks like they've been down on the bottom. I'm not sure it's much of a tire eater as Texas here, especially one of these versions of Texas. I'm not sure the key factor of that, but I'm going to throw it down to Mr. TV Time, Rich Patton, who has a replay queued up and ready for us.
Yeah, guys, we're going to keep our eyes on Allen in the 15 as he comes through the corner. Doesn't look like there's any contact or anything made at this point. Looks like right there might have got a little bit of a bumper grab. Looks like he tried to come off of it. I think the problem happened is when he came off of that bumper without making a mistake, that's when he lost it. The rear end comes around, is going to put him up by the wall. He's basically going the wrong direction, looking back at where he was before and trying to get that truck to a stop. Meanwhile, the rest of the field's already left him behind. So tough break for Allen in the 15. Back to you guys.
Yeah, and I'm looking toward pit road, Todd. Everybody on pit road. I was around where the Harry Cody Inn pit was. 4 tires there. 4 tires for Connor Metz to 24. Also 4 tires for Denny Daniels. They beat that damage out of the 37. What do you got on your end of pit road? Everybody on the pit lane.
Well, David Chen got 4 tires. He beat everybody off of pit lane in that number 88 truck. Also, 4 tires was the call for weights in that number 416. I believe he was the second guy off of pit road. Ken Smith was the third guy off of pit road. All these guys taking 4 tires.
2 drivers yet to come to pit road under this current caution period. The 070 of Walt Coburn, the 33 of JT Mayhew. Those guys not yet finding on their way to pit road. I'm going to believe here, Todd, probably next time around. I think both guys scored up on 1-2 on the leaderboard. May duck off the banking. They exit off of turn number 4. And, you know, wouldn't you know, they're both going to prove me wrong. So maybe a little bit of strategy play from our current top 2. Coburn, the 070 machine. JT Mayhew, the 33. What do you think of this call to stay out right here?
Well, it may be beneficial to them, and they may be starting to play a little bit of field strategy. I don't know. We're 28 to 33 laps. Pit stops stretch it a little bit longer. They might be able to make it. It's going to be close on 1 pit stop. I don't think they'll be able to make 1 pit stop unless they get a couple of yellows to fall their way. So we're looking probably still at a 2-lap or 2 pit stop race. Maybe trying to get the can down just a little bit, maybe down to a can, maybe half a can. It's a short, kind of maybe even short pit here, Phil. It's different. I mean, I don't think the tires are a big factor. So staying out there on them older tires are not going to be a huge disadvantage, I don't think.
The old tires aren't going to be as much of an advantage, but I'm thinking our guys coming to pit road right now, you know, the DCs of the world, Autry Waits, Ken Smith, all those guys just came to pit road. You know, the fuel window being about that 28 to 30 lap marker, well, we're past the halfway mark. 60 on the board, 117 the distance. Not quite 60 laps here, you know, under 60 laps to go. So I think you split that in half. These guys that just come to pit road are going to make it on 1 more pit stop. Versus our top 2, Todd, as you said, you know, Coburn and JT Mayhew. Those guys are going to be on that 2-stop strategy. Not sure I like that staying out call right now.
Yeah, it's going to be different. We're going to have to just wait and see how it's going to play out. Maybe they're going to come down pit road this time by. It looks like I thought I see the 33 getting ready to go down on pit road there. And he did indeed go down pit road, did JT Mayhew. I think he's going to get his 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles and some Sunoco racing fuel and be down and away here, Phil. But I think the 33 JT Mayhew maybe playing a little bit of strategy, maybe to be able to stay out longer. Maybe he's right on the cusp there of making that 1 stop now, where the other guys may not, where they have to save a little bit more fuel to make it 1 stop.
Well, I'll take the drama for the 33 machine right out of it, Todd. He came to pit road this time around. Left side tires is going on there, so 4 tire pit stop. So JT Mayhew not going to play that fuel mileage gamble. Think he, you know, saw it the same way we did with, you know, these guys maybe coming in now could make it on 1 more pit stop. Different story for Walt Coburn, the 070. He's going to stay out. Man, can he possibly on that the tail edge of making it 1 more stop? I think he's going to have to save a lot to make that happen.
Yeah, definitely going to have to save a lot to make it happen, and I don't foresee him going to be able to make it. You can't make it. I don't think you can make it. You can make it on 1 more stop, I believe, but I don't think the 070 can make it, though.
So we're going to see at least 1 more pit stop from, you know, most of our race leaders. Can Walt Coburn make it on 1 more if this thing stays green? I think that's a long road to hoe, but he's going to restart as our leader as the van makes its way now off the exit of turn 4, going to make the left-hand turn onto pit road here this time around. Coburn going to restart as your leader. David Chin, Autry Waits, Ken Smith, Harry Cody, and Todd. That's going to be your top 5 awaiting a green flag.
And green flag is in the air once again. Coburn off to the early advantage over the 88 of David Chin. Chin led quite a few laps here thus so far this evening. And now Chin all over the rear bumper of the 070 machine. So we're going to have to wait and see. Chin takes a little bit of time to get back up to speed, but once he gets going, he is on rails in the number 88 machine.
Oh, what an awesome run for David Chin in the 88 here tonight. Having a tremendously strong run. Going to be a contender, it looks like, through the second half of this race here for the race lead. But you know, it looks like best race on the racetrack right now, maybe around for that third spot. We'll check that. Here comes the 88. He's going to look to the low side, put David Chin back to the race lead, Todd, into turn 1.
Yeah, David Chin back to the race lead. The guy that hit the wall there was a 28, Harry Codian. No yellow flag. We're still clean and green down the back straightaway. David Chin, your current race leader, over the 070 machine of Coburn. Here comes the number 05 of Ken Smith. He is running in that third spot.
Yeah, there was almost contact between him and Autry Waits in the 416. Autry got really, really loose, checked up the 13 of Devin Bliss ever so slightly. 2 trucks able to sneak on by in front of them. The 6 of Billy Rose, the 439 of Todd Wilson starting to march forward. That's great racing outside of top 5. Now racing action up near the front of the field, breaking out toward turn 3.
Now breaking out turn number 3 of the 05. Now down to the bottom side. Here comes the number 6 machine. He's going to move into third. Coburn now slipping back to that 4th position. Now he's under heavy fire from the 439 of Todd Wilson. Wilson now going to go down to the bottom side. David Chin now lost the lead to the 05 of Ken Smith. Meanwhile, nice battling going on here through the top 7.
Oh, great, terrific battle all around this mile-and-a-half Texas Motor Speedway. Racing ferocious side by side so quickly we just can't keep up with all the passing. But, you know, a new race leader emerging as they exit turn number 4. 65 laps going to go up on the board this time around. It is Ken Smith from Australia there, our new race leader. There's something going on off of turn 4. Car in the grass. Caution flag on the speedway.
Looks to be something going amiss with the 01 machine. I'm not 100% positive of Couts is he is around in that 01 machine, so we're going to have to wait and see who else is involved. I believe Rich is getting the replay queued up and ready for everybody, but Charles Couts around in that 01 machine, and some other guys collected in that, so we're going to have to wait and see what transpired to cause that. And we're back on the yellow flag here at Texas Motor Speedway there, Phil.
66 laps of 117 up on the board under caution flag now for the 6th time this evening. So that's going to open the door for guys like Walt Coburn, who may be trying to gamble on one more stop from here, you know, a little later on. Well, you know, I think that takes that out of the equation. Maybe everybody gets on the same strategy. We'll have to wait and see here, Todd. So many laps here. Still left to go here. Little less than 50 laps from now. We'll see this race out of a checkered flag. But let's see what put us under caution flag there, Rich Patton. Believe you're ready with the replay.
Yeah, definitely going to keep our eyes on Coates in the 01 machine, and it's the tricky grass corner. Watch this. The 01 comes through there. He's trying to clip the corner there. Gets him a little bit loose. Couldn't save it right there in the flat spot. Next thing you know, he's pointing the wrong direction. Goes across the yard. Checks out the last mow job that was done there. Looks like everything's under control, but not him. He's back out in the wall. Gets put in the wash cycle. Also taps the 20. The 20 looks like he's going to get spun out quite a bit as well. So it looks like Coates is going to have quite a bit of damage. That back end is bowed up a little bit on him, and I believe the 20 is going to have some damage from that one also from bouncing off of Coates. So tough break for the 01 machine. Back to you guys.
Yeah, I know Charles was really excited to get out here tonight. Thought he had a really fast piece, and you know, unfortunate for him around, and it looks like a little bit of damage. You know, moderate damage here, Todd. Maybe you get that thing banged out, but at a place like a Texas Motor Speedway, any kind of damage to the back, to the front, it certainly hampers your night.
Yeah, it definitely does hamper your night. Any type of damage here at Texas Motor Speedways, the draft does play a little bit of a factor. You got to have some of that to be able to draft up next to some of these guys, especially the CTS 09 mod, the CTS physics. They rely a lot on the draft. Texas is more like a super speedway. If it was a cup car, like the trucks are at Texas, so it's like a cup car being at Daytona or Talladega, I should say. So the trucks do utilize the draft just a little bit here.
No, they absolutely do. So under a caution flag now for the 6th time tonight. Of course, paying a visit to AS Racing here. You know, David Chin, Gary Mingus, all the guys over here do such a great job. And let's see if we can't talk to the 88 of David Chin. He's had an awesome, you know, run in that number 88 machine. David Chin, Phil LaCasse from DRTV, buddy. You have a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing, sir?
We're doing fantastic. How about yourself, my friend? You've been up front all night long. That National Guard piece certainly on the prowl here this evening. You got to be excited with the run you're having.
Yeah. Stumbled across a good setup. Did a little adjustment on that last pit stop and didn't like it, so I just went back in and put it back the way it was.
Well, David, anytime we come over here to the AS Racing, you guys do such an awesome job. 7 nights a week of racing. A tremendous feat done by all you guys. Open setup racing, fixed setup racing, old mods, new mods. I mean, you guys do it all over here. Just bring our viewers up to speed. It's been a little while since we talked to you. Tell everybody out there all the great stuff you guys are up to.
Yeah, we run 7 nights a week. We got 4 nights of open setups and 3 nights of fixed. We run all different physics, the Cup, CTS, and GNS. We just have a lot of fun over here and got a bunch of great drivers over here, and we just have a lot of fun.
Well, that's the name of the game, all about having fun. Well, David, on behalf of all of us at DRTV, appreciate you, being a partner to us here for a little while, having us over and letting us showcase this great league you guys got. I mean, a tremendous feat in this day and age. We know this sim has been around a long time, but you guys do it up really great. Have always been gracious to us and appreciate all the support you've given to us here over the last couple of months. And I hope I'll talk to you again real soon, buddy. It's been a great time, and I think we're going to have a great race the rest of this evening.
Thank you, Phil, and you guys do a great job also. Really appreciate y'all.
All right, well, that's our buddy David Shed out there, the number 88, having a tremendous run there, Todd. And, of course, he's the guy at the controls over here. And we know all the work that goes into the 7 nights a week. But anytime you put all that work in and get out on the racetrack and have the kind of run he's having, it puts a little more giddy up in your step.
Yeah, it definitely does. Anytime you can have a good run going for yourself, and maybe it might not even be your own league, but a different league even you get out there and race with. But 7 nights a week, he's here 7 nights a week and able to get out there and run with those guys and have fun, and been leading many laps here at Texas and being dominant. I mean, what more could you say? I mean, that's fun in itself, and it does bring a little bit more of an aspect, more. Does, like you say, put more pep in your step, running a league and all the stress that comes with it. I understand where he's at fully.
Well, as we await a green flag here, looks like lights are extinguished atop a DRTV pace van. Going to turn the field over to our pole sitter tonight, the 05 of Ken Smith. I was out there practicing him a couple hours ago. He had a hot piece here tonight, certainly fast, and putting that 05 out here as we get later on in this going with the race lead. That may be a tremendous feat for all these guys behind. Connor Metz, the 24. He's going to restart the second spot. Todd, green flags in the air.
As I get live now here, and I'm pulling a Phil here on DRTV tonight, the 05 of Ken Smith is your current race leader. The number 24 running in the second spot is Connor Mertz. Mertz, a newcomer here to the top 5, I should say, here this evening. The 88 machine running in that third spot is yellow flag going to fly once again, trying to find out who brought out this most recent yellow. Looks like the number 8 of Slowpoke involved, maybe. Yep, the number 8 of Slowpoke. He's got huge damage to the back end of his truck.
I think it broke out in front of him possibly as well. As they worked their way, it looked like off of turn number 2, or turn number 4, right? It looks like he got a tad bit loose and stacked up a couple of machines behind him. Yeah, looks like it was around that 8 machine. We'll let Rich get squared away with that, but multiple things happening there. Looks like 4 or 5, maybe 6 trucks all around the wrong direction of the backstretch. So a fracas breaking out here, Todd. 71 laps in the books, and a lot of guys now looking like they're going to have damage. So those guys up front, say Ken Smith, who know who's fast, keep those fenders clean. You may make short work of this field.
Yeah, definitely might make short work of this field. But I'm going to throw it down to Mr. TV Time, Rich Patton. Who's ready?
Yeah, guys, we're going to keep the cameras on the number 8 of Slowpoke. Watch this go through. We're going to run it in slow motion. He's going to get down on the apron a little bit. Does a spectacular job keeping it off the truck above him as the air bounces off. Keeps it down there a little bit, but guess what? He can't hold on to it. Number 8's going to go around, get a little spun up, come back up the track. That's not good. He got right through those other trucks, but guess what? Right there, looks like the 01 going to tag him pretty hard. That's going to send him up in the air a little bit. Puts him in a wash cycle or spin cycle. We've got all kinds of other damage going on just ahead of him. We'll flip it back over here because we have a lot of action going on with the 01 of Coots. We'll watch him do some spinning and rolling down the front end. Unbelievable there. Took one heck of a hit. got quite a bunch involved in this one. We'll kind of back out a little bit more so you can see everybody else involved that shows up. The 07 also involved there. So tough break, quite a few trucks involved. Back up to you guys.
Yeah, a lot going on there as we hear that the brilliance of a DRTV control booth of our good friend Mr. TV Time, Rich Patton. But Rich, it looks like we got an elongated yellow, so I just want to reminisce a little bit, if we will, and think back to all these great phrases you've come out over the years. We've known them as Richisms. I mean, as we talk about the great stuff we're going to talk about in the next week here, where do a lot of these come from? I mean, we've heard the turtle. We hear, the wash cycle has come, very frequent to your vocabulary here recently. Where do all these Richisms come from? Where do these all derive from? Where's the inspiration for them? Because you've had some zingers over the years.
I think, to be honest, I'll let the cat out of the bag. So my mind is always doing 100 mile an hour, and I've always got many different projects in my head, many different thought processes going on, and it kind of keeps me eager, on the move, on the edge of my seat type of feeling or whatever. I'm the type of person that can't sit still or I'll go to sleep. So I'm always got to be moving, and I've always got, kind of high strung, I guess. And when I'm watching these replays, I see a truck do something, or I see a car do something, and I flip to one of those different layers in my brain, and I said, oh, that looks like a turtle's upside down and he's just spinning, he's stuck. Or look at him just spinning like a washing machine. It's just, my head's going so fast on so many different things that it just pops out. So that's the only way I can explain where it comes from.
Well, it's just simple genius. You've done it well here for years, and we're going to celebrate that over the next week here live on DRTV. A lot of great races coming up. We've got the Support the Troops 300 here at AS Racing here tonight. Wednesday night we're going to be back on the airwaves with the 7-Eleven Super Truck Series on the road course at the Sonoma Raceway, and headlined by next Saturday night, the SMO Hawk Tribute Race. Cannot wait to go back to SMO and see Jamie and Bob and all the gang over there at SMO. So check that out next Saturday night. But we're going to pay our attention back here, Todd, to the guys at the AS Racing League. ASRacing2K3.net, how to find these guys. 73 of 117 left on the board. What do you think we see here over the next couple of laps?
I don't know what you're going to see the next few laps here. It's just going to be interesting to see how it's going to all play out. We got about 44, 43 laps left. Do these guys put grill tape on, a little bit of extra grill tape on to get some downforce to their front nose for their Phil? Because it's like a super speedway, like we said. His Gout's now out of this race. He pulls it behind the wall. So it's going to be interesting to see how it's going to play out, Phil. Open setup's not my forte. We'll say that. I've said that time in and time again. It's just not my forte. So we'll have to see what these guys are going to do.
Well, we'll have to see where this race is going to take us through the twists and turns here. About 40 laps left to go in this awesome event we got here at the Texas Motor Speedway. Lights are going out atop a DRTV pace fan, and a new race leader has emerged. The number 24 of Connor Metz is going to restart as our leader. I know, Connor, always a popular, name anytime we come to AS Racing. Always got a good fan base in our YouTube chat box. David Chin going to restart second. Todd Wilson third. Walt Coburn fourth, and Devin Bliss is going to round out our top five. 6 through 10, we find Harry Cody in. Billy Rose in the 6th is currently a 7th spot. Greg Artlip found his way to the top 10 at 8th. Denny Daniels 9th. Ken Smith going to find his way back in traffic now. He's going to restart in that 10th spot. 11th is Bobby Stevenson. 12th is Autry Waits. 13th, JT Mayhew. 14th, Alan Alphonse. Those are the last drivers, it looks like, on the racetrack. Charles Kautz is out of the event there in that number 01. Also Wayne Hawk, Leo Kelly, Jerry Walters, Manny Diaz, and Larry Coles. Those drivers all behind the wall out of this event. 14 drivers up on the racetrack, and we're going to await the green flag this time, Todd. 76 laps about to go on the board.
Yeah, we're under green flag already. Make sure you hit that live button there, Phil. I've already done it. The 24, no, you can't say you pull the Todd. You pull the Phil, because that's normally what you do there, Phil, as you're whispering in my ear. But Metz, your current race leader, the 88 of David Chin, running in that second spot. Third is Todd Wilson. He's made his way back up to that third spot, number 439 machine. So it's going to be interesting to see where he's going to play out here. Colbert up to that fourth spot once again. Race for the lead, battling Metz up on the top side of the speedway, the top shelf per se. Here comes the 88 of David Cheney. He gets a little bit loose down on the bottom side, but he's going to capitalize. He's going to be your race leader as Metz going to drop to the second spot.
And look at this Todd Wilson guy, the 439. He comes from that fourth spot. He almost made that a three-fer into turn 3. Almost had running room alongside that number 88 of David Chin, showing that Todd's do know how to race. Todd Wilson on the move as they hit turn 1.
Yeah, Todd's do indeed know how to race, and at least he's showing that out there on the speedway right now. Running in that second spot is that number 439 machine, now looking to try to get around the 88 of David Chin. Not going to be able to do so here, at least this corner, in that 439 machine. Running in that second spot is Colbert in that 070 machine. The 13 of Devin Bush now back up to that fourth spot. Fifth is a 28 of Harry Cody. And here comes the number 6 truck. He's down on the bottom side. He's making a battle. Here comes Todd Wilson now. Maybe a battle for the lead foreman. Nope. Slams the door shut is the number 88. Contact made. Metz, the 28 and the 6. The 6 made contact, I believe, with the 28. We're going to have to wait and see on that replay. But 2 trucks hard into the outside wall.
Yeah, there was definitely contact between the Billy Rose machine and the 28 of Harry Codian. You know, how many times have we seen here through the years on DRTV, Todd? The 28 having a good run and something going amiss and, just destroying that truck hard in the outside wall. Contact, caution flag now for the 7th time here tonight. 79 laps in the books and, just hard racing there around for that 5th spot. And Billy Rose on the inside lane, the 28 was up high. It's just hard racing here at Texas.
Yeah, definitely hard racing here at Texas, and I'm going to throw it down to Mr. TV Time, Rich Patton, to show how really hard it is to race here, not to stay out of that wall there.
Yeah, we're going to keep the cameras focused on the 28 of Harry Cody, and it looks like he's going to make a little bit of contact. Here he comes through the corner here. Looks like everything's running fine. Next thing you know, he gets the rear end around and starts drifting down on him. He comes down, tries to save it, but next thing you know, there's another truck down there. He makes a little bit of contact, and then right in front of the 24 as well. They both get tangled up, nose to nose up against the wall. 24 decides to turn around and show him his backside. Tough break for both of these guys. The 28 and the 24 tangled up into the wall, bending a bunch of sheet metal, hanging out, watching everybody pull away. Have a good day. Back to you guys.
I'm sure to follow that one. Have a good day. Brilliance, Rich Patton. Brilliance as always. I don't know how many times, Todd, over the years, a new one. He comes up with something new. I always have to follow it, and sometimes I just don't know how. So while I sink on this ship, Todd, I'm going to let you talk.
Well, it's one of those things, Phil, and sinking on a ship, I don't know. I don't like water that much. I don't want to sink on a ship. I don't know why we're sinking. You better go fix that.
All right, we'll reset here. 80 laps of 117 going on the board, so about 37 laps to go. One-stop strategy here, definitely at play. Don't believe anybody that can stop from here can make it under green flag conditions, but with caution flags, Todd, let's throw this wrinkle into our thinking. 80 on the board, 37 laps left to go if my, Common Core math is correct. If we have a couple more caution flags, if you stop now, can you save enough to make it to the end?
It's going to be close to say that to the end. If you get enough yellow flags to fall your way, I think you could save it to the end. It's a stretch. It's a long shot call. I mean, you're gambling. You're rolling that dice. You go down on pit road. I would pit this last time by here. Try to get as much fuel packed in as you can, and you're going to roll that dice, Phil. It's going to be a crapshoot. Are you going to make it? Are you going to get the yellow flag that you want? Tires seem to be non-existent to wear, so I believe you're going to see some field strategy here. Some of the guys maybe in the back might try this to get out with this race lead.
All right, so we wait another lap around the DRTV pace fan, hoping the lights will go out next time around. Certainly want to see some more green flag racing. See how this thing is going to conclude, because you think open setup racing. A lot of time spent massaging on these setups over the course of a long run. I want to see who's going to have the right adjustment here in the final stages. Who's going to punch their ticket to victory lane? David Chin has had such an amazing run here tonight in that number 88. He is your current race leader. Todd Wilson's made himself a player once again. He's been to the back. He's been to the front. Does Todd Wilson have enough to go to victory lane? Or can it be Walt Coburn? He's been, kind of off the beaten path as far as strategy plays go here tonight. He's going to restart third. Does that 70 machine have what it takes to go to victory lane? So much left to sort out. I'm going to ask the YouTube chat box. You guys have been watching all night long. Who's going to have enough of the right stuff to go to victory lane here tonight? I don't know, Todd. Looking up and down this field, you look back, you see a guy like, Ken Smith, who was fast all night. He's going to restart in the back half of the top 10. Who's going to come forward and put this thing in victory lane?
Yeah, let's see what that YouTube chat box says. I don't know who I'm going to pick there, Phil. If I'm going to pick here this evening, I guess I'll go out on a limb here. 3 more picks left here, so I'm going to pick one of these guys out there. I'm sorry if I caused any trouble to you guys here this evening. You guys have all been running really well, but I do have to pick, and it's one of those things that it may happen and you may run good, but sometimes lightning strikes the wrong person and ends up putting you in the wall. But unfortunately, I think he's been running good all night, and he's been back in the top 5 and coming back through. He was your pole sitter, and I'm going to go through him because right now he's running in that 5th spot. The 05 of Ken Smith, he's won here on DRTV before. I'm going to go with Ken Smith in the 5th position.
I'm going to go, I guess don't want to say on a limb, but if I had to pick somebody going forward, as you said here, 3 more picks left to make, so, why not make one here? I'm going to go on a limb, and I'm going to say Denny Daniels is going to go to victory lane. And I say that because we know Denny a long time, a fast driver. Yes, a little bit of damage, but just looking at the way the draft is playing out tonight, I think Denny Daniels, with the experience he has, I think he's got the right adjustment. I think the 37 made to go to victory lane. We're going to find that out, Todd, as the van making its way to pit road. A little over 30 laps left to go. We're going to put this thing back under green flag conditions.
Yeah, get ready to go back under green flag positions. Don't worry, Rich. We haven't forgot about you. Rich, we're under green flag. David Chin leading. But, Rich, who you got?
I think whoever's leading at the end of the race. No, I'm going to go with David Chin. I think he's shown that he can get back up through the field if he needs to. I think he's gotten around a lot of trucks early on and is able to drop back and come back forward again. So right now he's looking pretty strong out there. Even if he falls back, I think he's probably just saving his stuff. I'm a firm believer. I think David Chin's going to pull this one off.
That's a really good pick there. The field under green flag now as they work their way off of turn 4. It is David Chin to the race lead, but the race is for that 2nd spot. Coburn, the 70 up high. Billy Rose, the number 6, Todd. He's marching forward as they exit turn 2.
Yeah, Billy Rose to that 2nd spot. Here comes the 37 of Denny Daniels. Daniels now into the 3rd spot. Here comes the 05 of Ken Smith. Smith down to the bottom side. He's fighting side by side. He's trying to move into the 4th spot.
Yeah, Ken Smith, as you said, up to the 4th spot. Not sure if I lost you there, Todd. Didn't want to, walk all over at the end of your thought, but just thought you had more to say there. But Ken Smith up to 4th. The race for the lead now as they head toward turn number 1 and 2. The 6 of Billy Rose on a line there. He's going to go to the lead. He's going to bring Denny Daniels forward. So, those guys racing tooth and nail, but Billy Rose, a new race leader as they hit turn 3.
As both our picks, Rich picks, and wave goodbye there so far. The 88 of David Chin now drops back to 4th. Ken Smith is now running that 3rd spot. 4th is Denny Daniels. 5th, or I should say 5th. Wow, I'm going backwards with these guys. It's 2nd is Denny Daniels, and Billy is running in that top spot in that number 6 machine. He made a good pass on the 88 of David Chin. Hopefully David didn't make the wrong choices down on pit road in that number 88 machine and made his truck a little bit loose.
Maybe a little tad bit loose, as you said, but, looking back to the latter part of this top 10, this last, the yellow flag, I saw the 439 of Todd Wilson peak on the pit road there, Todd. He's back there currently in that, 9th spot as they hit the line this time around. Does he have enough fuel for here to make it? Do all these guys have enough fuel to make it?
It's going to be interesting. Maybe he's the one that's going to roll the dice and try to make it the rest of the way. It's at 4:39 as Denny Daniels now to the lead in that number 37 machine. Here comes Ken Smith back down to the bottom. Oh, Ken Smith is around on the front straightaway, and he is driving through the grass. And wow, what a save! That was an amazing save by Ken Smith. That was good driving right there. Wow!
I am speechless. I'm not sure if Rich got to look at that on the live screen, if Ken Smith going around, but he did a complete sweeping 360 through the grass, somehow grabbed the gear, kept that thing pointing in the right direction, and nobody making contact. Terrific driving by these guys, Todd, but what a wild ride for that number 05 of Ken Smith.
Yeah, wild ride, and I'm sorry, Ken. I picked you, and that's what happens. You still got a long ways, Ken. So get her guy back up, and let's see you get towards that front. That 05 machine, but now David Chin now up to that second spot. The 6 is all over the rear bumper. Is he going to be able to pull down to the bottom side? Nope, not this time. Is David Chin trying to challenge for the lead with that 37 of Denny Daniels? Daniels in the lead, but Chin is running in that second spot all over the rear bumper. He slips up the track, leaves the door just a little bit open for that number 6 machine. Not able to capitalize. They're back to single file down the back straightaway.
All right, well, Todd, let's let the pictures tell the story right now as we try to keep up with this racing action. But if you're Denny Daniels out front right now, at what point do you start thinking, I cannot let that guy get to the bottom lane behind me? Are you hugging the bottom side of the racetrack all the way around this juncture of the race, or do you have any more patience left to give and maybe give that guy the run that he may have?
I don't know what the rules are here, though, Phil. I mean, you might not be able to low line and block, but it looks like they've been able to low line. But I've seen some weird things happen. But I would want to stay on the bottom. I want to keep that guy at bay. I don't want to give up that bottom. It looks like the fastest way around. I'm going to make him pass me up top. I mean, there is a lot of laps left. There's a little over. I'm going to say 25 laps there. As I got to have somebody actually complete the math for me here this evening, and that's not normal here for me, but thank you, Rich. 37 of Denny Daniels. I would stay on the bottom, Phil. There's no questions asked. Stay on the bottom. Make that guy pass you up top. It's hard to pass up top. We already know that.
Yeah, well, the night it's been, Rich having, hiccups before the show, Todd getting all sorted out, the stats guy not able to do math here tonight. It's just been a wild and crazy night here live on DRTV as we get to the tail end of a Support the Troops 300. Our friends at AS Racing, ASRacing2k3.net is how you find this great league. Racing for the lead off of turn 4. Denny Daniels sliding up the hill a little bit. Here comes David Chinden alongside, side by side for the lead into turn 1.
Yeah, coming up off the bottom, Phil, that's exactly probably what we did not want to do, is now he's going to drop through the field here in that number 37 machine, and there goes the train and coming around the mountain. So they're coming down to the bottom side here, Phil, and that's one of those things. Drafting plays a key role, and look at Denny Daniels just drop. He might be able to get in line. Nope, he's not going to be able to get in line that time. So he's going to fall back to 6th or 7th position. Is the 37 of Denny Daniels. David Chin, your race leader in the 88.
Yeah, and I'm just watching Denny Daniels just drop through the field, and as Todd would say, like a rock, not to quote Bob Seger at all, but the 37 free-falling through the field outside the top 5 now, all chasing David Shin into turn number 3. Billy Rose, the number 6, we know he's been fast all night long. Does he have a run left here to maybe claim this checkered flag? Is they're going to put 96 on the board, so just outside of 20 laps to go is the field chasing the 88 into turn 1.
Yeah, field is definitely chasing the 88. I'm looking up through here, Phil. We did ask the chat box who was going to win here, and I've only seen one person post in the chat box of who was going to win. I know Rick Moon said Bobby's coming to the front. I don't know if that's his pick, but I know Jamie Tedder is out there. He's watching. Jamie Tedder agrees with Rich Patton that Chin's going to win this race. So who else is going to win this race here this evening, guys? I mean, let's see some more participation out of the chat box. See who's going to win this race. I know you guys got a favorite out there. I know you guys got a guesstimate. Some of you guys are better at picking than us here at DRTV. Well, that's well known that some of you guys are.
Yeah, and I just want to highlight the great run out of the box here. The number 98 machine, Greg Artlip, certainly not been in, the forefront of, things happening up front all night long, but he's got that U.S. Army Chevrolet into that 4th spot. The highlighted guy having a great run who's kept his nose clean, maybe stayed on some of the wrecks. Terrific job by Greg Artlip, Todd. Does he have a late charge and maybe, contend for this race win now with 20 laps remaining?
I don't know. I'm losing my mind here, Phil. Here this evening, I'm showing. Like I have the chat box on my phone, and I'm showing it here to the computer screen. Just like somebody was watching. Just like somebody was watching me talk about my cell phone in the chat box. So I've been losing it as we're seeing exchanges for the lead here, left and right. The 6s took over the lead. Now the 88 of Dave Chin drives to the bottom. I believe he's coming down on the pit road. David Chin going to be the first of the leaders down on pit road.
Yeah, the 88 hard on the brake pedal and having to make that one last pit stop to splash enough fuel back in this thing. Let's see what DC does in that National Guard Chevrolet machine onto pit road. Can't imagine, does he take tires? I'm thinking it's got to be a splash. Let's see what the call is from the 88 camp as he gets down on the side. Do tires go in the air? Looks like just a gas and go. No, maybe 2 tires. Right sides are in the air, so going to be at least a 2-tire pit stop for David Chin. He's down and away.
Yeah, 2 tires. It looks like 2 tires. He'll be down and away. And we were talking about Todd Wilson. Let's keep an eye on him, Phil. Remember, he went down pit road. Is he going to stay? If it stays green, I believe he's going to win this race. He's been saving enough fuel out there on the speedway. We'll just have to wait and see if that 439 can muster a victory on fuel mileage here at Texas Motor Speedway. Waiting to see if some of these other guys are going to come down on pit road. I'm sure it's not long before most of these guys venture down onto pit road, Phil.
I'm not thinking it's going to be too long at all. Just trying to monitor what these guys all do as I scroll through the field, see if maybe somebody comes up to the banking there. Puzzled that the 88 came so soon, but we'll see how that's all going to pan out. Looking like the 98 machine of Artlip may be ready to come to pit lane. Todd, he is on the brakes. Here comes Greg Artlip on the pit road.
Yep, Greg Artlip down onto pit road. And that number 98 machine relinquishing his top 5 running position. Now down to the 8 of his pit crew. Believe he's going to get some fuel, and we'll see. Just have to wait and see if he's going to get some tires. The number 6 coming down on pit road. That's Bob Tompkins Sr.'s pick out there in the YouTube chat box. But right side tires on the number 98 of Artlip. Let's see if they go around to the left side, and they're not going to. Yep, indeed, 4-tire pit stop, Phil, for the number 98, relinquishing inside the top 5. I'm not sure. Maybe tires might be the way to go. I'm not 100% positive there with that call, though.
Well, we've seen 2 rights, you've seen 4 tires. Now let's see what our current leader does, pitting out of the lead. That's the number 6 of Billy Rose. He's going to bring that 4 to the attention of his crew. Let's see if there's anything going on there. It's going to be at least 2 right side tires, so 6 right side tire work going on. Jack is down, fuel going in. Let's see if it's going to be 2 or 4. 2-tire pit stop for Billy Rose. He's down and away. 2
trucks, 2-tire pit stops. And then 1 truck with 4-tire pit stops, just waiting on to see who else is going to come down the pit road. Looks like the 070, as I mentioned, he's coming down the pit road. That is Colbert. And the 070 machine coming down onto pit road here. And here he comes. Down the pit road is Colbert and that 070 machine. And really, really slow entry for the 070 of Walt Colbert. Like I said, he's coming down pit road. It's really, really slow. 45 miles per hour. Here coming off that little bit of banking here off of turn number 4. He's coming to the 8 of his pit crew. Is it going to be 4 tires? Is it going to be 2 tires? We'll just wait and see here as he slides down into his pit stall. And nice and neat. Looks like the crews are going to service on the right side of the truck. Right side tires are up in the air. They're coming off. Let's see if they're going to go around to the left side here. It looks like they're just looking here at the left side. Yep, nope, they're going to jack up the left side. 4 tires to the call.
And Todd, it's a quick question for you. We talk about this money pit stop very often. You can't afford to make mistakes on pit road, especially on the last round of stops. Denny Daniels did exactly that. Overshot his pit stall, had to back up, lost precious time on the racetrack. So tough break there for that number 37 of Denny Daniels. Looking at our current race leaders out on the racetrack, Connor Metz, and now the 05 of Ken Smith off the banking. He's going to find his way to pit road.
Yeah, Ken Smith coming down the pit road, and Rick Moon out there saying that he's thinking the 439 of Todd Wilson is indeed good here to make it the rest of the distance. He's going out on the limb, but I'm telling you, the 439 clutching in the corners. I'm hearing him shut his engine off as he hits the clutch down into the corners. The 439 of Todd Wilson in extreme fuel-saving mode here.
Well, you know who may want to think about being in extreme saving mode? Maybe the 24 of Connor Metz. He has an 8-second lead over the field right now, and less than 10 laps remaining. Can he save enough fuel? He's got 9 seconds to our race leaders here, Todd. What do you think? If you're close on fuel with that big lead, do you start pedaling from here?
Well, I would definitely start pedaling and trying to see if I can make it the rest of the distance here. He's your current race leader. He's pitted 6 times here. Rich was telling us here, being the statistician here tonight, 6 times has Connor Metz in that number 24 pitted. So hasn't the 439 of Todd Wilson. He's pitted 6 times. You're going to be interested to see if either one of these guys can make it the rest of the way, or are they going to have to come down on pit road to top off?
Well, as the leaders flash by off of turn number 4, but 24 electing to stay on the racetrack. He's going to put 111 up on the scoreboard. 117 laps the distance here tonight. The Support the Troops 300 at the Texas Motor Speedway. The race leader 10.4 seconds last time at the line. So looks like those guys like Todd Wilson, Devin Bliss, certainly in fuel conservation mode. Doesn't look like Connor Metz is doing that whatsoever as they come off of 4. Looks like he's going to flash by under power once again. Can the 24 pull the upset? Does he have enough fuel? We're 5 laps away from finding out.
Yeah, 5 laps definitely, and he's not even clutching it coming down into the corners. Is that number 24, Connor Metz, and they're going to have to wait and see if he's going to be able to make it the distance here. I'm not so sure, Phil. It's a gamble here for that number 24, and he's full throttle on the gas, where the other guys are in conserve mode. And like we said, the 24 and the 439 have made it almost identical, have made the most out of their pit stops. They've both pitted 6 times, so looks like yellow flag's going to fly here on the speedway, and that's going to put a monkey wrench into everything.
A monkey wrench? I don't know. I mean, this may bring a whole new dimension to something we haven't seen. Less than 5 laps remaining. Do we see a restart? Those drivers trapped a lap down. Looks like something happened around the 13 of Devin Bliss. His machine looks like he's going to be out for the evening. So not sure what happened there, but the 24 of Connor Metz, Todd, does he have enough gas to make it to the checkered flag? If this thing ends under yellow, which we may be on the bitter edge of doing so.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely have to wait and see what's going to happen there. On the bitter edge, if it runs under yellow, is he going to have enough fuel? He's going to have to be clutching it. I was hoping to go back to green flag racing once again, but I'm not sure what's going to happen here. It looks like Connor Metz is down on the apron. He's coming down on pit road to get fuel in that number 24 machine.
Well, there's 3 drivers left on the lead lap. Him, Todd Wilson, Harry Codian. If you're even questioning fuel mileage right now, if you have any thinking at all, this race may end up under green. I think the right move may be for Connor Metz to come to pit road. Looks like he may be the only one of the top 3 on the lead lap to come to pit lane. So if you're thinking you're that close on fuel, Todd, if you're not confident you're going to make it, with 3 trucks on the lead lap, why not come to pit road there?
Oh, hey, why not? If we don't go back to green flag racing, he just lost himself the win. That's the big why not. I mean, they've had some lengthy cautions here. There's like cars lap down, trap laps down, and now he's come down on pit road, and Todd Wilson could come out with this win there, Phil.
Well, he certainly could, and we'll have to keep an eye on that as well. Looks like Harry Codian, I'm not sure he came to pit road or not in the 28, but Connor cycled back off of pit road. Looks like he may be second. We'll have to let this thing recycle forward, but 3 on a lead lap. Looks like 3 going to be on the tail end. 115 going on the board next time around. The question is, do the lights go out or do they stay on? Is it going to be a 1-lap shootout, a 2-lap shootout? Is this thing going to go green at all, Todd? What do you think?
I'm not sure if it's going to go green, as I was just watching what brought out that yellow flag, and I seen Devin Bliss leave here, and Rich, I got some bad news for you, guy. The 88 of David Chin was involved in that wreck there, so lightning is striking on these guys, and it's a tough break for some of them.
Yeah, I hear you. You know, this has been a tough race, and I've been watching and paying attention to what the chat box guys are saying, and I think I'm going to have to deal with Rick Moon. He's called this one right. I think Todd Wilson's going to run away with this thing, and I'm not sure if we're going to get green again here, but if we do, it's going to be short and quick, and I don't know that anybody's going to have enough time to get around Todd.
Well, I guess we'll see. The lights still on the DRTV pace fan there, Todd. Sorry to walk over you. The field in the backstretch. I think, you know, knowing the sim the way we do, I think lights have to go out this time around to ensue us a one-lap shootout.
Yeah, we're just gonna wait and see, because like I said, look at some of these guys. There's 6 trucks on the lead lap, but you got 115 laps of 117 completed here. I believe they have to go out this time by, Phil, in order for us to go back to green flag racing here. And if it does, we're in for a shootout here.
Well, we'll have to see. I mean, it's drama right now, you know, a little bit of a different fashion off of turn 3 and 4. We pay attention to our old friend, the DRTV pace fan that's paced us for, you know, the 3+ years we've been in existence on DRTV. Do the lights go out this time? Do they stay on? Do we get a one-lap shootout? Is this race, it's been an awesome race, end under the caution flag? I guess we're going to find out and see, Todd, the fan coming to the start-finish line. What's the verdict?
Lights are out atop the DRTV pace fan. Oh, this is going to be a barn burner. And there's a lot of trucks trapped laps down. We're going to have a green, I believe a green and white, or green and then checkered ordeal, I think, even, Phil.
Yeah, it's going to be a green and white situation, a one-lap shootout. Is there a more crazy way to end this night here live on DRTV? The race leader is Todd Wilson in the 439. He's going to restart 4th in line, so this will be something to pay attention to as we await the restart. The race leader is the 4th truck in line as they hit the backstretch awaiting a restart. How is that going to, you know, play into this? The 28 of Harry Codian, he's going to restart there right behind the Todd Wilson machine. So is traffic going to play a role? We're about to find out. Todd Stanton, I don't know if I like the position that the 439 is in right now.
That's a tough position to be in. He's got trucks in front of him, laps down, on the tail end of the lead lap, I should say. It's tough. 28's right there. He's ready to pounce. Any mistake of these guys in front of him, it could end Todd Wilson's night. We're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen. One lap shootout here at Texas Motor Speedway. We're going to get the green and white and then a checkered.
Green checker here to finish it out. Waiting a green flag. The van is in. Todd Wilson going to restart the lead. 3 trucks ahead of him. JT Mayhew, Denny Daniels, Autry Waits, Billy Rose on the tail end. Green flag is in the air. 439 up through the gearbox as they hit turn number 1 and 2. Looks like he may break clear of most of this traffic. Looks like Todd Wilson, if he's got fuel, Todd, he may find victory lane there off of turn 2.
Yeah, if he's got enough fuel, he's down in the back straightaways. The 439 of Todd Wilson. If he's got enough fuel, he's going to bring this one home. The 28 Harry Codian right there in that second spot. And third is, I believe, I can't quite see him here in the picture, but coming off of turn number 4, down the front straightaway, picking up your win. The 439 of Todd Wilson. Boy, he saved enough fuel, just enough fuel, I believe, in that 439 machine. Second's going to be Harry Codian. Third is going to be, I believe it would be the number 24, Connor Metz. After going down on pit road to top off on fuel, he's going to bring it home in that third spot, Phil.
What a tremendous finish there. A one-lap shootout through the tail end of the lead lap traffic. Todd Wilson made that great gamble there on gas mileage and, you know, put himself in position, and he's going to take down our big win here tonight. Live on DRTV, the 439 going into victory lane. Runner-up finisher going to be Harry Codian. He had a great run, and how about the run for Connor Metz going to finish up tonight in that number 24 machine in that third spot. I think we expected a great race here, Todd, but I don't think we expected quite the finish like that, the way the fuel mileage came in there with that late caution flag.
Nah, definitely wasn't looking to see what was going to happen there in that late finish for our finish there. It was it was interesting to see if the fuel strategy was going to pay off. I wanted to see if Todd Wilson at green flag mode had enough to make it the whole way there, Phil. Without them caution flags, you could save a ton of laps under that yellow flag. So you could have saved almost a lap probably. Did the 439 under that yellow flag just to make it there. So it's interesting to see how this all played out here this evening.
No, absolutely. We'll have to, ask these guys that as we move into the post-race show. We'll see if we can't catch up with our top three finishers. Of course, Todd Wilson going to go to victory lane. Harry Codian going to finish up on the second spot. And Connor Metz, guy who's always got a popular showing anytime we come to ASR. Connor Metz finishing up third here tonight. Connor, it's Phil from DRTV, buddy. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
Connor, congratulations on a third-place run, man. You played your cards just right tonight, and you finish up on the podium. I'm sure you got to be happy with that.
Yeah, it was an awesome race. Had to stay out there at the end and hope for a caution, and I got one just in time and got a nice third-place finish. Good race.
Oh, it was a really, really good race. You had a solid piece all night long. Did you need to come the pit road in that last caution flag? Were you going to be able to roll the dice and roll that thing to one green flag lap, or was that thing going to roll dry there under that caution?
I had to come down. There was no way I was making it to the end, so I was elated when the caution came out to keep you on the lead lap in competition.
Well, Connor, you had a good run of it. You come home with a third-place finish. I'm sure you're really excited for that. Congratulations, man. I want to give you the floor one more time. The microphone is all yours. Thank whoever you'd like to thank and who got you here this evening.
Well, I'd like to give a shout-out to my family and friends watching on DRTV. I'm glad you guys came to watch. And I'd like to give a shout-out to Gary Mingus and David Chin and the whole ASR crew for putting this together for the Support the Troops 300. It was awesome. What we did with all the paint schemes was great, and I'd like to thank all the veterans and soldiers out there serving currently, and thank all of them for their service, because their service it can't be put in words. It's awesome. So, and thank you guys for putting on this race. I really appreciate it.
All right. Well, Connor, it was a lot of fun. Congratulations on third place run. We'll let you get back to it. I'm going to throw it over to my broadcast partner, Mr. Too Tall Todd Stanton. Todd, I believe you got Harry Codian, that number 28 machine. Had a great run in that second spot.
Yeah, not used to the number 28, Harry Codian, bringing home second place here tonight. Great field strategy compiled by some of you guys towards the rear end of that field there, and able to bring home a second place finish. Great run.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I wish it was fuel strategy. I, was trying to ride there a little earlier and got involved in a wreck, and they actually shut me off on pit. So I was down a little bit on power. I was lucky to catch the draft there at the end and run around with those guys. And then, the racing gods fell my way. I like to think I had Dave riding with me there. Kind of ran his paint scheme and his number tonight. That's what the 28 was for. He got me into this racing, and I just wanted to pay tribute to him. He'd been a huge part of this game. I don't think there's anybody out there that doesn't have something that he did in their game.
Yeah, definitely one of those guys that would do anything for you. Dave Ravel, you're talking about there. We got the pleasure to have him over at SRA quite a bit there, and he was a man that did a lot of things for a lot of people out there, mods, and he had his hands in a lot of different things.
Yeah, he's actually the one that got me to go online racing about 4 or 5 years ago. Kept telling me to try it, and finally I did, and I'm sure glad I did. And like I said, I think he was riding with me there tonight. Get to come home for second.
Definitely a great second place finish there tonight, and I'm going to give you the microphone. The floor is all yours. Thank whoever you'd like to thank here this evening. Who got you here?
Well, obviously, like I said, I thank Dave for even letting, talking me into doing this. Definitely thank you guys. Can't wait to watch the race and see how it all goes. You guys always do a great job. And then obviously I want to thank ASR for putting this on. A lot of nice looking trucks out there, and what's better than supporting our military.
Yeah, definitely. Nothing better than supporting our military and the men and women that are serving abroad, and the ones that have served, and the ones that who've unfortunately lost their life serving our country. So it's great to see you guys putting this on, and it was great to see all those paint schemes out there.
Yep, that's for sure.
Again, congratulations, Harry Cody Ann, picking up second place here this evening. I'm going to throw it down to Mr. TV Time, Rich Patton, who's won with a winner down there in victory lane. Driver of the 439, that's Todd Wilson.
Yeah, I made my way down here trackside to get down here beside Todd Wilson. And Todd, one heck of a race tonight. Did you think you had it wrapped up towards the end? We saw it was a fuel race, and were you planning for that?
Yeah, I was getting nervous there with about 10 laps to go. I was trying to save fuel, and I think I was going to be good to go if we would have went green right there all the way with and not have that caution come out. It was going to be close, but I think I was going to be able to make it. But wow, what a race. What a race.
Yeah, most definitely one heck of a race and one great finish. I mean, we were really concerned that we weren't going to get to go green again. And, when the caution came out, it looked like Connor might have had it wrapped up. And then he went and pitted. And I was shocked. And, Rick Moon in the chat box is shouting out, Todd's going to win this thing. He's got it on fuel. And you pulled it off. So congratulations on that, Todd. And the mic is all yours. Congratulate who got you here. And again, congratulations on the win tonight. The floor is yours.
Thanks, Rich. Yeah, I know. It came down to a one-lap shootout, and I was sitting back there, fourth in line, and I was just really and truly, I was hoping it wasn't going to go back green. But for the fans' sake and for everybody watching, I'm glad it did go back to green flag, and we had a one-lap shootout. I think it was a great race, and wow, this is what a TV race is all about. And this is a great field of drivers we had tonight, and just want to say thank you to the admins for hosting the race tonight and putting all this together. It doesn't happen overnight, and it takes a lot of dedication, a lot of sacrifice, and we have with the best team of admins that you could possibly even dream of here at ASR All Star Racing, and also I gotta thank Gary Mingus for painting my truck tonight. That was a special paint scheme he painted. It had my grandfather, William Waits, on there. He was in the Marines. So, and two, it's an honor to win the Memorial Day race here, the Salute the Troops race. And, got to thank our veterans, our active service personnel, and, of course, those who have paid the ultimate price. And, so this is for them.
All right, well, there you have it, race fans. Your race winner today, Todd Wilson. We're going to let him get back to his friends and family, do some celebrating. Guys, back in the booth, one heck of a race tonight, one glorious finish.
No, it certainly was an awesome race. And see if we can't get off the air here tonight. I see our buddy Gary Mingus has popped into the broadcast booth. Gary, I know we tried to talk to you earlier on. You had a little bit of a microphone difficulty there, but you got a copy on us. Can we talk to you?
I got a copy. Can you read me?
Oh, we got you loud and clear now, buddy. Great run for you guys at ASR here tonight. I'm sure you were watching out there with everybody else. What'd you think of this race here tonight, bud?
Oh, man, I couldn't be any more proud. I really couldn't. That wow moment with Ken Smith doing the 360 down through the infield and saving it and not bringing out a yellow. Lots of drivers had laps led. There was just some great racing going on, a few little mistakes, and I'm telling you, Todd, congratulations to him. The last TV race we did with this series, he won that one too, so he's batting 1,000, and it was just great to watch the whole thing.
No, well, it certainly was. And Gary, thanks for stopping in there for a couple of minutes. I know your microphone's still giving us a little bit of trouble, but I think everybody got the message out there. But thanks for joining us here tonight. As always, it was fun to come to ASR, and I hope we'll talk to you again here real soon, buddy, in the next couple of months.
Very well. God bless you all, and take care. You did a great job tonight.
All right, well, that's our buddy Gary Mingus. We certainly appreciate him stopping by and all the support these guys have given us through the years at DRTV. And what can we say there, Todd? A great race for these guys. The Support Your Troops 300 tonight for ASR. Been a great partner to us over the years. And, 2 more shows left for us to go here on DRTV, and looking forward to getting to Sonoma here in a couple of days, and of course the big one here next Saturday night, SMO's Hawk Tribute, one of our favorite races, and what better way to finish this incarnation that we call DRTV here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, what better way to end it? End the historic run here, but we'll get into that a little bit later in some of these broadcasts. But great show here tonight for these ASR guys. They put on a whale of a show. It was a good ending here. I mean, nothing better you could ask for. Todd Wilson bringing home the win.
Sure, it makes my buddy Todd Stanton happy to see another Todd in victory lane. I'd like to thank everybody out there in YouTube land for watching us here this evening. All the support you've given DRTV over the years. Like we said, back on the air Wednesday night, the SRA 711 Super Truck Series at the Sonoma Raceway. Do a little road course racing here the next week, and also SMO 1 week from tonight, the Hawk Tribute Race. So until next time, for Rich and for Todd, my name is Phil Lacasse. I'd like to thank you for watching us here tonight with another installment of DRTV live on the DRL Network. Good night.